As you probably know, I watch a good deal of television other than Channel 6 during the day, especially in the morning hours before coming down here to talk to you folks. And on NBC this morning, they're highlighting a program that they're doing, encouraging not only themselves, but also other businesses to hire our veterans coming back from conflict around the world, and specifically now coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. Certainly our local colleges can be a part of the training on that as well, and Chancellor Gary Poertner is joining us today from our South Orange County Community College District. You folks really have been making a commitment to our veterans long before this became a big political thing on NBC. You folks have really had a veteran center for a good length of time down there.
Yes, both of our colleges, Saddleback College and Irvine Valley Colleges, have had active veterans centers to give support to veterans, and that's becoming a bigger and bigger operation. Stepping back a minute, you're probably familiar that Saddleback College has a Veterans Memorial,
right,
that we think is the only one in the nation at a community college.
And interestingly enough, it wasn't, you didn't farm it out to some high-priced artist from some other place or commissioned it. You actually did it in-house with, I believe, some of the instructors from your own art department helped to design and build it.
That's right. It's very nice if you happen to see it. In any event, when veterans leave the service, they have lots of issues that they have to deal with. Often, if they want to get a job, they may not have the training for the job, as you were just talking about the NBC story. And they may not have been in school for 4 or 5 years. Their skills most likely aren't up to the level that they need to compete at a college level. They may have emotional issues. They may have physical issues that they're trying to overcome. So they've got challenges of their own that are different than some of our other students. So the Veterans Center tried to address that. We've even run into the problem this past year that the federal government changed the law for a GI Bill for post 9/11 veterans, which said that they couldn't be paid for tuition that's out-of-state tuition. That happened in August, and that's a change from the past. Mm-hmm. Most of our veterans that come from us are from elsewhere. They're stationed at Camp Pendleton, for instance. They may be from Chicago. They're discharged. Maybe they got a family here now, and they want to settle here. They want to go to school here. And then the feds changed the law so they couldn't get reimbursed. So that was a big issue. So we were back in Washington, D.C., doing some lobbying with them, trying to change that law back. Right. We've also tried to change the law in California so that veterans have 4 years of in-state tuition while they're going to school here. Mm-hmm. Often they have trouble getting residency in California. No one tells them what to do. And by the time they start that process, they want to go to school, and they're not eligible.
So the Veterans Center really can help in a lot of these areas, not just signing up for college classes, but dealing with some of the paperwork and procedural stuff it takes to be a citizen in California, to stay here, and then to be successful. It was interesting this morning on the NBC program I was watching, they were talking about the fact that while a lot of veterans don't have that college experience, they came right out of high school into the military, they might go back to school and get at least 2 years or 4 years. Some people also really are ready to open their own business or go into the business community, and they can certainly get some enrichment classes in the excellent business departments you have at the community college level at both your colleges as well.
Certainly, and we offer many certificates that prepare the students to go out and get a job. Short term, they don't need a 4-year degree, they don't need to work their way through all that. And so within maybe 2 years, they have a certificate, maybe in nursing. It would take longer for nursing because they need the preparation. Right. But they can get out and get a job much faster.
And it's interesting too, and not just our returning veterans, but a lot of people have been put out of work. We have still a high unemployment rate. So some people are training to get that next job, maybe even a new career, maybe looking at a career that maybe is something new, cutting edge. Community colleges seem to have the ability to shift gears quicker than the four-year institutions as far as coming up with new programs and meeting the needs of the students, whether it's the 18-year-old coming out of high school or the 45-year-old or the 55-year-old. looking to change careers or change jobs. So you can be a little more flexible, I think.
Yeah, that's been our niche for a long time. And in this economy, we've had many of the poor folks that have been laid off and they need a different skill. The job that they were in doesn't exist anymore.
Right,
they have
right.
to receive training, and so that we can help them out.
They're saying that's the future for most of us. Not only will people have multiple jobs over their career, multiple careers, multiple types of work that people may find themselves doing from high school to retirement. Another thing that you folks get involved in, and this comes up at the meetings each month, and that's new buildings, new programs, new things being built. And by no means are either college built out. I know, for example, maybe buildings that were built back in the 60s or 70s at Irvine or at Saddleback College have had to be replaced or modernized or updated. Irvine Valley is still building, and of course the new campus in Tustin, construction going on there as well. You've got some new techniques or some new ways of looking at future construction.
Right. The traditional approach to construction in public agencies, school districts in particular, has been a general low bid approach. That's what has been in the law. But there's also provisions in the law that the school boards can pass resolutions saying that they're going to use some other methodologies. A problem that we've had is that in this economy, contractors are getting the low bid, and then they get into financial trouble. It goes into default. We may sit for 6 or 8 months with no activity in the middle of the building project. We had that just happened at Saddleback College on our library. That is a major renovation of an older facility. The methodology we're talking about is called design build, and that approach is that the architect and the contractor come to the district as a team. They design the building together, and then when construction starts, they're responsible for everything. There's no change orders. So if somebody left something out of the plan, it isn't suddenly left on the back of the district to pay for that. And so the district and the contractor and the designer become a team rather than somewhat adversaries in the financial transaction.
So what you're saying is sometimes the lowest bid isn't the best deal. It
may
looks
not
good
be
on
the best.
paper to say we got 3 bids, this was the lowest, these are the people we went with. But like you said, if it's sitting there for 6 months, just a concrete slab or whatever, it's not effective, it's not being used by the school. So it sounds like a good new approach. And again, some of the things your board's able to do as far as being flexible. The college, 2 college campuses going well. Where are we as far as the academic year? We're pretty close to graduation, I believe, aren't we?
Yeah, graduation's mid-May, so we're almost there. So yeah, everything's going well. We're dealing with the same budget problems everyone else is, but that's part of life these days, so it isn't exactly a new story.
Will there be summer classes at both colleges?
Yes.
Okay.
In many colleges there won't be, so we're able to keep them open this summer.
You know, for some people today too, they have an anxiousness to get into the, get through school and get on with their career and their life. That extra summer session can sometimes make the difference of half a year to a year of college can make up a lot of that work over the summer sometimes.
We have great demand in the summer. Students from universities come back to us in the summer and take a class or two to get ahead. Yes.
Especially a class they might need that's an enrichment class or a class that's a requirement they don't really want to pay for at the 4-year college level. They can take it over the summer at equally high quality instructors at Irvine Valley or Saddleback and get that out of the way. You also have the campus up there in Tustin. That continues to be ongoing. You talked about the construction, ongoing construction up there as well.
Yes, we are beginning the design of the first 2 buildings. We're trying to work out the financing of the buildings, and so we hope to have a building open in 2015.
Great, and you're using that new technique, that new partnership agreement, I think?
Yes.
To negotiate that one as well.
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining us. Good to have you on the program today.
Thank you.
Again, that's our local community college district. Lots of good things they provide. Classes here on the Laguna Woods campus at Saddleback, Irvine Valley College, and now the new facility up there in Tustin as well, all from the South Orange County Community College District. We'll be back with more as our Wednesday program continues for you right here on Channel 6 TV.